Hey Scientology, how's it going, guys? Love you lots. It's me, Rael. So, you guys have been calling me, like you do, like Scientology does, which is cool. And the other day I spoke to someone. I was avoiding you guys. I was in a mood where I was cutting everybody off. And the other day I got a call from somebody, and I answered it, and I decided to talk to them. It was somebody I knew from Scientology, and it was kind of a strange phone call. When this person would start talking a lot, it would start breaking up and couldn't understand, and but they were asking me certain questions, and then the line would be very clear and like all ears. So they were telling me that they had left Scientology, and they said some things complaining about it, and then they wanted to know like how I felt, and then they seemed to be really listening. I'm making this video for you guys. You guys can keep it, put it in your archives. So I learned a lot from you guys. A lot. And even if it was not in a pretty way, I learned. Don Juan tells Carlos that, real learning, it can't be done with niceties, not in a nice way. So I learned a lot from you guys. Even if I look back and I'm like, oh, they tried to turn me against my friend, and they left me stranded in LA. I can look at it that way, I can see it that way, and I still do, but I don't see it, I'm not holding a grudge and having hatred like they did that to me, because I walked into those things. And that's where I really learned a lot. So I'm glad that you tried to turn me against my friend, and I was able to be like, oh no, he's my friend. And I didn't have the money to do the purification rundown, and I couldn't stop masturbating to porn and posting porn online on Tumblr. So that all was a reason to stop. Because and I mouthed off to, I remember her name now, Lily. I mouthed off to her one day because I'd just come back from LA. Oh, I remember somebody tried to recruit me to the Sea Org, and I was all happy. See, this is a lot what I learned. I'll just jump on things without even really, like for instance, when Renee was telling me, about they want to get me for the training in LA. I was very excited about that. But she told me, 80% chance. And this is how I am, I'm like, I learned I had this real, always thinking something is waiting for me, somewhere else. Just not being in the now. And I was doing courses in San Diego and having fun, but it's like, LA? Like, I just jump. Okay, 80% chance at it? Okay. This is how I learned, and I thank you. So I went down there, and yeah, first night you guys had a place for me, and the second night, no. But then, I called you guys, and Denise she helped me, she booked a hostel room for me, and I went there, and I was just like, no, didn't want to do it. It just didn't look good. So then I drove to my house in Riverside, my family's house, stayed there one night. I did the program on the weekend. The Dianetics, I stayed 2 or 3 days, stayed for that. And I came back from LA, and I had closed up my room I was renting too. See, and did you guys make me do that? No, it was all me. And yeah, I was like, oh, when I came back, you guys were asking me, if I need a place to stay, and I thought that was kind of I felt like, oh, you guys, what, you want me to be dependent? you were hoping this would happen, and that's how I felt, honestly. But I'm not hating, and I'm not holding a grudge. And I'm happy that I still had my place to go back to. And yeah, and I think when I was there too, yeah, that's when I had a Sea Org member tried to recruit me to the Sea Org. And again, I'm just jumping. Okay, here's my prize. And then yeah, Denise, you know, she caught wind of it and she stopped it. And I was a little upset, but it's like, you know, now it's like no reason really. It's like, but just the way I was thinking, like, oh, cutting me off and this and that. And then yeah, one day I was like, I wasn't on time for a staff meeting or something, and Lily was calling me and she was being assertive, you know? And then what I shouldn't have done, but yeah, I was like, why are you being approved? And then she was like, just like, whoa, you know, rightfully. And they called me in and had, forget his name, he put me on the cans and was like, you know, there must be something, you know, you must be doing something with Verts or something. And I was like, yeah, I have a Tumblr page where I post porn. And told them all about it. And that's when you guys told me that, you know, okay, I'm not accepted, can't be in Scientology anymore for the time. You know, you guys gave me a list of conditions to do and come back when I complete them. Which is cool. I remember I told Denise, I was like, I'm happy that you guys are doing this and not just like excommunicating me forever. And yeah, those are the two things. I was like, but you know, like trying to get me away from my friend and like stranding me in LA. But again, like, you know, is it all you guys? Was it all you guys? No, I was involved in that too. And those were the biggest lessons I learned. And I remember Dave telling me, you know, like when I first came to you guys, I was starting to get involved, he was like, show me the chart of the bridge or whatever. And he was like, you know, and soon, like, we'll start doing things to you. I was like, so yeah. So you guys did things to me. And whether even like, I'm not saying you did, but even if you did it, like totally 100% maliciously for whatever reason, I choose not to see it as like, oh, these guys messed me over. I choose to see it as that's how existence chose to teach me. And I'm not holding anything against you guys. And yeah, I have been watching Chris Shelton. Yeah, he's an ex-Sea Org member, and yeah, he's posting videos against Scientology. I don't agree with him on that. And yeah, like I said, even if I felt that Scientology had done me wrong, it's not my style to start a hate page or hate videos. I just keep going on like loving, being happy. So, but I started watching Chris Shelton because and what's funny is you guys had even mentioned to me first. I remember Renee, Sea Org member, one day she just pulled me aside and she's like, do you watch like YouTube videos about Scientology or Chris Shelton? Have you heard of him? I'm like, no. And I never looked him up. But I have my guru, Nithyananda. I love him. And yeah, there's one ex-devotee who started making videos of about him, like hate videos. And this devotee has had a few videos where this devotee pairs up with ex-devotee pairs up with ex-Ashramite ex. Yeah. Pairs up with Chris Shelton on a few videos. And that's how I was like, I started watching some of his videos and stuff. And yeah, I could watch something better, true. And for me, it was fun to hear about Scientology. I like hearing all the stories and stuff, even though a lot of them are trying to be like against it, but you know, yeah. So, but hey, I love you guys, and I stopped the porn. I really appreciate one Sea Org member telling me that, you know, at least in I felt like he he recognized some sincerity in me that like I really did want to like do good stuff, like improve myself, and that he seemed to like understand that it's hard to stop whatever. And I remember him telling me that you know, as long as you're doing this, you know, there's really going to be no progress, even if you're doing like, you know, all the other stuff too. As long as you keep doing this though, it's like nullifying it. And I was like, thank you. So yeah, I stopped it. I'm not posting that stuff out there anymore. So, but yeah, you guys, this is for you. You can have it all. Yeah, I don't feel like, you know, I'm doing my thing with I have my path. Love you guys lots. Happy Thursday.
Om Namo Nithyanandaya, Namo Namo Nithyanandaya, Om Namo Nithyanandaya, Sadashivaya, Om Nithyananda Sadashiva Mahadeva say, Nithyananda Adaguna Jadamudi Misse. I see you, I'm dumbstruck, my heart blows.